In a fast-paced world, every day brings new challenges and new opportunities. At Strayer University, we know a thing or two about getting and staying ahead of change. For over 130 years, we've been providing students like you with innovative tools, customized support, and an education built to empower you, so you can find your way forward and always keep striving. Visit strayer.edu to learn more.
The Podcast Playground! Hooray!
You are now entering the Who's House podcast.
Jokes Up Ice Cream Dispensary is the #1 cannabis dispensary in Studio City and Los Angeles, offering the highest quality and the best prices on ice cream cannabis. Jokes Up Ice Cream and Wicked will release Houdini this month.
And now I have another mutant, or should I say superhero. You know what I'm saying? Meagan, good. What's up? What's going on?
What's
yo?
up? What's up?
Why am I talking so smooth with you? Act like I don't know you for like 20 years.
It literally has been 20 years.
You survived everything, yo. Like,
yeah.
Did you start out in music videos too back in the days? Like how everybody started? Remember back?
No.
You never really had that intro.
I remember for a long time people thought I was like a video vixen. I was like, no, I've been acting since I was 4.
That's
you
crazy.
know?
I went through like all your movies and stuff. Like
yeah.
I mean, damn, how many joints did you do? Like you're like an OG.
Thank you. I'll take it.
It's like 200 movies or something,
I don't
man.
know, but yeah, it's been a while.
You get residuals from all that stuff?
I still get like $4 from Friday every once in a while.
Oh my God, man! This Harlem season. Congrats on season 2, by the way. I see you guys are popular. I see you fought for that role for Camille.
Oh yeah.
You actually had what was it? Regina Hall kind of like helped you a little bit with that,
yeah. It's interesting because I went in and I met with Tracy and Scott, and I thought I had the role, and then like 2 weeks went by. I was like, what's the deal? What's going on? And they were like, oh, they're actually auditioning people for Camille, and I was like,
what?
Oh, and I was like, okay. I was like, well, can I audition? And they kind of came back and were like, she wants to audition? And I'm like, yeah. And so I had a call with Tracy, and I was like, well, how do you see the character? And she was like, well, I mean, I see her with like goddess locks and da-da-da-da. I was like, okay. So the first thing I did was I called Grace Byers, who already had the role of Quinn. And as soon as I called her, Grace is like, bitch, are you coming in for Camille? And I was like, yes. So then we ran our lines together, decided what we were going to do for the audition. And then I reached out to Regina, and I was like, Regina, you are the best to me. You know what I'm saying? Like she hits all the things, like from drama to comedy and effortlessly. I was like, will you run lines with me? And she was like, of course. And it was so wonderful because I could see it really touched her heart that I reached out to her and asked for her help, you know? And she was like, girl, you already got this. I've seen something else that you did that she was like, you got it. Like, let's just, so we ran the lines together, and she was like, I think it's great. And she gave me like 2 things that I could try. One of them I did try in the audition. And then the last thing I did was sat for 11 hours to get Goddess Locks put in.
True hustler, yo.
The day before the thing. And so, and when I got it, I didn't hear for another 2 weeks. And then when I found out I got it, I started crying because I was like, man, it's wonderful to know that after 30 years in the business, I can still change people's minds and I can still surprise people. And I just feel like, to me, this is like my second act. And I feel like in a lot of ways, I'm really just getting started. So it's very cool.
Tracy Oliver, like, just legend right there. Dealing with her writing skills is easy to, assimilate to her technique. Like,
for sure. I mean, I think there's a lot of Tracy in Camille, you know, and there's a lot of me in Camille, and it's wonderful because a lot of times when I'd work on things, I would always feel kind of like the odd man out. Like you see like other actors hanging out with the producers and and it's like I just never quite felt like I fit in. And this is the first time where it's like we're all the awkward, odd man, like out together. Like the producers, everybody, Scott King, Pharrell, like we're all just kind of oddballs. And it's wonderful to work on a show where I actually hang out with my boss. I actually love my boss as a human being. I've like traveled to Italy with her. Like, we went on vacation and stayed at Whoopi Goldberg's, you know? And it's a totally different experience, and I'm glad that it came at this time because I can really appreciate it.
Did Whoopi Goldberg make it easy for you, too, to interact with her? I mean, you got OGs you work with all these in all these movies, man. There's Angela Bassett. I mean, all these people that just gave you looks, like,
it's
made it easy for you.
You know what? Whoopi I just love her so much. Like, her coming on the thing, because the funny thing is, I was an extra in Soap Dish when I was 10, and it met Whoopi then. And so, cut to, you know, all these years later, she has been, like, just really giving. And, like, I mean, she'll do stuff like, I was trying to say Seneca Village, and I was saying Seneca Village, and I was like, okay, Seneca Village, and I kept pronouncing
I would say that, like, nonstop.
It was a mess. And so we did her coverage, and then when it came around to my coverage, I didn't realize it, but she had taped how you break it down and say it across her breast so that it would be in my eye line so I could say it right to help me out. But she's just wonderful. And even when I was like going through my divorce, she was very instrumental and just like pouring into me. And she was like, come stay in, you know, Italy with me for a few weeks, bring your sisters and come stay at my compound. And it's just, she's a really, really, really wonderful person.
In Harlem, is it like I guess it's like a girl version of Entourage, or I mean, can you compare it to that, or is like
no? I
don't know. You guys are dealing with relationships, hanging out. I mean,
you know, I don't think I've seen anything quite like Harlem because it's not just a comedy.
Okay.
Like, there's a ton of heart. There is drama. We're tackling conversations that people don't even talk about, like freezing your eggs and, you know, like health issues that a lot of Black women deal with.
Wow.
Not being able to get like proper health care because everyone's like, oh no, she's strong, you know, just real issues that haven't been tackled in this way before. And I think even though Harlem, a lot of people are like, oh, well, it's kind of like Sex in the City. And I'm like, yeah, but I think it's got more gravity and truth and more relatable things, and not just to Black women, but like men, women, every nationality, you know what I'm saying? And so I think we got a really
well. It definitely proves their relationships are very complicated, especially season one. Like, you know, you and what's it, Tyler, Ian, the character. Yeah. I mean, it was fucked up that you were supposed to go to Paris and that he was going to propose to you, but you didn't even go that far. Like, that was fucked up.
I mean, but she's supposed to give up her career for him?
I mean, yeah. Well, he didn't like tell you. I guess he was trying to assume that you're gonna ride wherever he goes or whatever. But now that he's like engaged, like it's even more crazy. What the fuck?
You wait for this finale, baby.
What?
It's really crazy. Yeah, it gets crazier. So
I mean, but it relates to like all the chaotic stuff going on these days, man.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, man. But having me, I would marry you now. The season will be like episode 1 is over. It wouldn't be those like 10 episodes.
You got to go through the whole thing, you know? And honestly, I think people are going to be like shocked what happens next. Yeah.
Wow, really?
Yeah. People are mad at me right now. Literally. Like, my sister cursed me out after the last episode.
Oh, the character? Everybody's hating the character right now?
She was like, why you do that? You wasn't there for Grace because you was out there fucking. I was like, first of all, Meagan was not out there doing that. I was like, you talking about Camille? And I was like, and not Grace, you talking about Quinn? Yeah, it was very serious. So I was like, okay.
Do you feel like people get lost in reality with these shows? Some people believe everything that's going on.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yes.
You ever have fans come at you, like they get mad at you, like you're eating dinner and they come, what?
Yes.
Nah.
After the intruder. Everyone was like, why you let that man in your house? Didn't your husband tell you not to? And I was like, because that's the way it was written. Okay.
It's called a movie, yo.
Okay.
Shout out to Hardin, Las Vegas, the best dispensary in the world.
Yo, shout out to everybody out there. Me and Megan go way back, man. A lot of people don't know. We used to like be in tour buses and touring from like state to state. Yeah. Khloe Kardashian.
Yeah.
That's still the homie? You still cool with Khloe?
I love Khloe. I haven't seen her in a long time.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, man. You guys are inseparable, man. You guys used to attack me together. You guys like the only thing I didn't do is the water, the bucket of water on the door trick. That's the only thing I didn't do to me. But everything else was. I was the little kid getting annoyed on the road.
That's a hot mess, but it's so true. We used to harass the hell out of you.
But in your travel, is it safe to say that you are part of hip hop too? Because you've been like, I mean, people shout your name on, and how many songs now? I heard your name.
I literally, I was doing a show where they were showing me like 10 songs that my name
like
was
ASAP
in.
Rocky said your shit before. Like, I mean,
Yeah, but I think that for me was like what allowed me to realize like, oh, I am a part of hip hop culture, you know, and I've been able to be around for a long time and go into different seasons and by the grace of God still stay relevant and authentic at the same time to every season of my life. And so, I just feel grateful. You know,
I mean, in the state of hip hop now, is Meagan good listening to like Lil Yachty? And, like, are you listening to like all the new guys, Playboy Cardi, or who else out there?
There's a lot of people. I like Roddy Ricch and like.
Oh, okay.
You know, I like different people.
LA rappers.
I mean, I'm from LA, so. But the funny thing is, I don't know if I'm like on someone where like I just listen to like their music, their whole album. It's more like I just like songs that you know.
You never hung out with Megan Thee Stallion? I mean, y'all both got the same.
I haven't yet.
Still haven't?
No. We gotta get the two Megans together.
You're at celebrity events. I've seen you like I think I saw you at the Maxim party one time.
Probably.
Yeah, you were at Snoop Dogg's birthday. You be everywhere.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
I think it was like the Halloween party.
That was the Halloween party.
You had a cat suit or something.
That sounds about right.
You was like ran. I was like, yo, I wish I was fucking Cat Boy or something, man.
Shut up.
I want to be Cat Boy.
That's a mess. Not Cat Boy.
So how does it feel to be down now? You're down with DC, man. Like all this hard work.
Wait, say that again?
Shazam
DC.
too. Yeah.
I was like, I was in DC. When
No.
was I in DC? I was like, that was like last year. It's amazing. Like, it's crazy.
All that hard work, yo. Wow.
I know. Like, I literally just like made a conscious decision. I was like, all right, I'm going to transform my body. I'm going to start taking Taekwondo and Muay Thai and Capoeira and just like get ready for the thing that I'm believing is going to come. And I started getting ready for it like a year and a half before. And I did this little video at my gym, which happens to have DC characters, a mural of DC characters.
Wow.
And I did a whole workout video, and it said on the video, "Believe all things are possible." And at the end of the video, I had my arms in like a superhero pose, which now is my Darla superhero pose a whole year later. After that happened, and I didn't even know what I was auditioning for. Like literally, I went in. They wanted me to be like a 10-year-old. I was like, "That's easy," and did that.
Wow.
Found out 2 weeks later, and they're like, "You got it." And I was like, "Great, what is it?" And they're like, "Shazam," and I was like the movie with like Shaquille O'Neal, and they were like, "No, Shazam." I was like, "With Sinbad," and they were like, "No." So then I went and do the research, and I was like, "Oh," and so. It's been, I mean, my whole goal was so that little black girls could see themselves. Because the only black female superheroes we had was Eartha Kitt back in the day and Hallie as, you know, Storm.
Storm. Yeah. And now we got Meagan.
Yeah.
To continue.
And then I'm also like a little kid now, so little girls really can't
I think
see
you
themselves.
have like the Michael Jackson machine at your crib or something. Like you go in that shit, like you still look like the same from like 20 years ago. Like.
Thank you.
I
receive that in Jesus' name.
Golly, I'm over here with back pain. I'm taking Advil.
You look the same too, though. Yeah.
No.
Yeah, you do, actually. You look very young.
Maybe because I got a hat on. I don't know. LeBron James showed me how to spray the hairline and stuff.
Oh, I don't know about that part.
Yeah, let's get out of that. You look like you're having a lot of fun. Lucy Lee told me that on set it was a lot of fun to create this. So how was it? Like any cool experiences?
Amazing.
I know you can't really shout out any info on it, but
right.
Yeah, but how was it? Like like generically, was it like?
Wait, are we talking about?
On set, yeah.
Oh, Shazam.
Shazam, yeah. Oh. You look like you were happy, like even the scenes, you're like overly happy.
I am, because I'm like a kid. Like my character's 12 now, and so like that's also like a real part of me. You know, I've got like a very youthful spirit, and I'm hyper and silly and awkward and all those things. And so, for me, it just was. Honestly, just a lot of fun. Like we're also like very much a family unit as well, and it's crazy because I really. Well,
Zachary, I know he acts like a kid.
My
like
big brother. Like,
he acts like a kid anyway.
He does. And the same thing though. Ross acts like a kid. DJ acts like a kid.
Wow.
The only person who's mature in that set is probably Grace, who technically is my older sister, but she's technically 26. In real life, she's 26, but you know, it's a mess. But and it's crazy because me and Zach, we're like a year apart. So I'm actually older than all the other kids too. But I'm the younger sister. So But it's fun. The only thing I didn't love is being dropped out of the sky at like 100 miles per hour.
Oh, snap.
Yeah, because I'd be like, my little heart just be in my butt. It's terrible. That's just not my favorite thing at all. But I'm going to keep doing it.
How's it to work with Helen Mirren, yo?
Yes.
That's like a true OG, like gangster.
I love her. She's Leo, like me.
Oh, wow.
She's tough. She's like sweet, but also like just very, very real. She was in there doing some of her own stunts. Like for me,
what?
Yeah, and what I love about that, and really what I love about Shazam, is that you're now saying like superheroes are any nationality, they're any age. You know, it's like across the board, and you know, just her being, I think she's in her 70s. Like,
yeah, she's way up there.
Crazy, like, you know, but that is something to look forward to, and so I don't know, I love it.
How is it to interact with nothing that's not there? Like, is that weird for you?
Used to it. You get used to it. I mean, if you have a good sense of imagination.
Like, you looking up and you're just like.
Yeah. They're like, here's a picture. They're like, this is what it's going to look like when we eventually get it into the thing. And I'm like, okay, so that's what I'm looking at. They're like, yeah, and then hold it. And it's so funny because every time we do something that's like CGI, they have like these big silver balls. And so our cast is just so immature that everyone will be like, balls! And everyone just starts dancing. So, yeah, it's a mess.
My homie DJ Mon, I'm always saying his name like crazy. My African brother, man, Shazam.
Diamond.
Yeah.
I'm like, what did you say?
Well, when he comes to the club, I'd be like DJ Mon. Like he'd be like, what? What? But he got the wild accent, man. Like I even till this day, his accent is he can't get rid of it, man. Like,
because it's crazy. Like people don't know that Jaimin. Like I don't know if you remember, like back in the day, the old Janet Jackson video, "Love Will Never Do Without You."
He's the one that was like,
yeah, he's the one doing all the, you know,
his eyes closed and shit. So I asked him in the interview, what the hell are you thinking about? Why your eyes closed?
He was happy though. He was laughing and everything.
That's Janet Jackson though, like.
But people don't know exactly. People don't know that he taught himself how to speak English by watching the Discovery Channel.
What?
Like literally, that's how he learned how to speak like English.
Oh wow,
yeah,
that's crazy.
The first thing we worked together on was Biker Boys, and I was 21.
Oh my god. Damn. I was looking at them old titles too. I was like, yo, I forgot about this, forgot about that. Bayou, man, you did a lot of crazy stuff. Do you go back and like at your crib watching all your old movies and shit? Like,
not really. I mean, like I will like once in a while, with, like my nieces or something. Like it was fun to show them Roll Bounce, you know, or yeah. I mean, sometimes I do, you know, but I'm also one of those people. I don't mind watching myself. Like I like to watch Harlem. I like to, you know, I'm okay with all of it. So,
yo, man, to see you being the spiritual individual now, like I used to hang with the Meagan that was wild. Now you're like,
no, she was spiritual like that too.
She was spiritual back then. Oh wow, maybe I was wild. I was an idiot. I don't know.
I was wild, but I was spiritual. I'd be done for, and I'd be like, because I love Jesus. Yeah, I was both at once.
So like, especially surviving Hollywood, it's safe to say Jesus watched over you to bring you up to where you're at today, huh?
For sure. I think that's been my guiding light because I got saved when I was like 12 after two girls that I went to school with got in a really bad car accident.
Oh wow!
And there was 3 of them in the car. There were 5 of them in the car, and 3 of them passed away. And the 2 girls that used to look out for me in the neighborhood I grew up in, one of them got really bad brain damage, and the other one came out the least scathed, but she had to get reconstructive surgery and all this stuff.
Oh wow!
And so, we went to a youth group retreat, and she ended up getting saved, and I was so confused. I was like, but after that happens to you, how do you move closer to God instead of away? And something about her example kind of really set me on my course and made me want to know more about God and more about Jesus. So then I became a Christian when I was 12, but then I was like the very religious Christian. Like when my sister lost her virginity, I was like, Lamaya, I just don't want you to go to hell.
You cried for her?
Oh my God, I did.
Oh wow.
Oh yeah. And my first little relationship when I was 19, I mean, you know, we would do the thing and then I would cry and I would repent and then we wouldn't do the thing for months and then we do the thing again. I cry and repent. Like I was like very religious. And then I think by the time you met me, it's like when I was trying to find my balance, you know, and then it's been, you know, a journey ever since.
I didn't cry when my brother lost his virginity. My brother was like 14. I didn't even lose mine yet. I was like 19. I was a loser. He was laughing at me. Like, yeah, I think he was crying because I didn't lose mine yet. I don't know. I'm like the oldest, like out of everybody. I don't know.
I love love that. So yeah, I was the last of the Mohicans too.
Maybe God was watching over me. All the crap I went through. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Jokes Up Ice Cream and Wicked will release Houdini this month.
Like the randomness of how everything is interconnected, like hip hop, Hollywood. Like you could die at any moment. Like
for sure.
Is it crazy? It depends on you're at the wrong place at the wrong time.
And it's something that simple. You know, like a friend of mine was just telling me the other day he just got in a car accident randomly. Like, you know, and they hit his side of the car and he's fine. But it's just like those little reminders that we just have to be present every day and do the best that we can do and love on people and be kind and put something into the world that's meaningful and helpful. And, you know, that's all that we can really do because, you know, we're not here for a long time. And it's just about using our time preciously. And so.
My final question is, you had so many classic black actresses that helped you along the way. Angela Bassett, like, can you give me, like, something on Angela, man? I interviewed her, like, mad times, but...
Angela should have won an Oscar for What's Love Got to Do.
Yeah.
That is disrespectful.
That's crazy.
That is one of the best performances I've ever seen in a biopic. And I think that Angela's just now getting her flowers, but I think she deserved so much more. And I think it's coming to her. She's also another Leo. And yeah, I just think she's dope. You know, she's a powerhouse, but she's also like has this beautiful strength, but also this beautiful vulnerability. She's not one to mess with, and I love that for her. And you know, and then there's been other people along the way. Hallie, who's also another Leo, who has just been so wonderful and kind to me. And
wow, I forgot. I got her tattoo on my back.
Do you?
Yeah, I got a face tattoo from Swordfish.
No way.
Yeah.
Is it just her face?
Just for not the part where she showed.
About to say,
no,
why
I would have went
Swordfish?
that far, but I was married at that time. Isn't that crazy? Like, you know, my wife is looking at Halle Berry's face in the back of my...
I know.
I was in love with her, yo. Who was it, though?
I was in love with her. I'm still in love with her. I love her so much.
How many posters is out there of you? How many tattoos of Meagan Good is out there? Have you seen
I've seen a
fans?
few. Yeah, I've seen a few.
Like different versions, different movie, like heads, haircuts?
Definitely like one I've seen like 2 or 3 times that was from like a photo shoot I did.
Oh, wow.
And then I've seen ones where like people turn me into something else, but it's like my face. Yeah, I've seen a few different things.
Oh my God.
So that's always really humbling.
When am I going to get the Darla toy? When's that going to come
It's
out?
coming.
Yeah.
Well, I have 3 out. I have what are the things, the big heads?
Oh, okay. Oh, what the
Anybody know
the
those
bobblehead joints, the big
They're
joints?
not bobbleheads. They're like the little like figurines that are like. Thank you.
Oh, wow.
Funko Pop.
Get out of
I
here.
have
So that's
one
worth a
Funko
lot,
Pop.
right?
Oh yeah, people
Yeah.
always have me sign them, but I have a new Funko Pop coming because this character, my suit is different and improved, and then my hair is different in this one. But I have, what else do I have? I have actual figurines. I have Lego figurines, and that was like a big thing for me. I was like, I want a figurine someday.
That's
And
fire,
now
yo.
I have 3.
Now all the new generations gonna look up to you. You have like, damn, how many generations is following you?
Oh no, I've been here. It's been a long time.
And you're so humble. I mean, you never demand like, you know, certain situations, like, you know, you get your flowers like organically, like without even people thinking, but you don't demand it though. Is it always like that? Like, you know, with black women in Hollywood, like they always gotta like bust their ass and.
I think so. You know, but I think that what's yours will come to you at the right time.
Okay.
And for me, anytime it does come, it's extremely humbling, and I appreciate it. But I also don't look for it. You know, I'm content with living and doing and working and being happy and being creative and all that. And I don't do it for the, like, you know, one day I want to win an Oscar, or I want all these accolades, or I want people to see me a certain way. I don't really care about any of that stuff. I care about like who I am as a human being and how I treat other people and being able to work creatively. But I mean, when someone does give me my flowers, I appreciate it so much, but I don't do it looking for that, you know?
One thing I care is when they combine all the DC stuff and then they do the Justice League or whatever, and you're in it, like
that part. That I want to do.
Because you know how they like they're interconnecting all the movies and stuff. You know, I love it, man. But I'm just glad you're in it. Like, when I saw that suit on you when I first saw, I was like, oh, yo. I think I told some chick I was with. I'm not with her no more, but I was like, yo, man, I know her. She was like, yo, whatever. I was like, what? Get out of here, yo. That's why I'm not with her.
Don't say that. Don't say that.
Yo, Meagan Good, man. And finally, Eminem's song is in this movie.
Yeah,
You know, let's get down to business.
That part.
Yeah, I mean, indirectly, you are with Eminem, whether you like it or not.
I know.
Are you an Eminem fan in any way?
I am.
Wow,
yeah.
you used to listen to his albums back in the days.
Sure.
Let's get down to business.
100%, which is crazy because there's not a lot of artists I would listen to their whole album. That's what I was saying earlier.
Oh, wow.
Like, I'm not a big whole album person, you know? But if I do find an artist, and for me, there's consistency, and I appreciate what they're saying, what they're doing, the stuff that they choose, you know, then I will have the whole album, and Eminem is definitely one of them. So
that's crack. I can see you going ham to freaking what Eminem's like. My name is Key Magic.
Sure.
Meagan Good. My name is Meagan.
Yes.
My name is.
Actually, I think I've actually done that. Legit.
Meagan Good, everybody. Follow her. If you don't, you're under a rock. I follow her twice. I'm the only one to follow you twice. I don't know. I'm like, boop, boop. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I followed you like twice. I don't know, man. But I love you. Anytime, what are you, my little sister still?
Yeah.
All right. You're my little sister, man. I love you.
Love you too.
Jesus loves me because I know Meagan Good. You know what I'm saying?
Jesus loves you.
Thank you.
Shout out to Hardin, Las Vegas, the best dispensary in the world.